Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So that's got things underway.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they? Shapes to shoot! They want to be quick to recover this. Chiellini with the clearance. Driven forward. And that is masterful defending. The referee's awarded a free kick. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, it's hard to look beyond this fella, Arda Güler. He's key on the right side. That's where he operates, that little channel, and he's brilliant if given a little more room. If he's shut down, then sometimes he can get a little frustrated, but if he gets that little bit of space, then a lot of damage can be done.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. And it's made its way to him. Rafael Leao.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Rafael Leao. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Japan ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. And it's Arda Güler. Güler has a look inside the box. Güler's cross. Van der Sar deals with that nice and simple. Japan do have a chance to counter here. Beckham. Luis Suarez. And the shot! Güler. Still goalless at the moment. Messi. He's going for goal! And for a moment, time stood still. Ambitious ball here.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Up he goes! They just took too long getting forward.
Peter, the best counter-attacks are pacey and incisive, we know that, and that one never really got going.
Ibrahimovic. Beckham. He's found a way through. Maldini defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome, too much traffic.
He won't be happy with that one. A probing pass. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Robson gathers from the goal kick. Hullet is always scanning the pitch for targets. Real chance! Beckham. Great defending, strong and determined. Robson. Ibrahimovic! Oh, the ball's run loose. Oh, what has happened here? Now, what about this cross? But that is good defending. It's been repelled. Messi. He's had it taken off him. And it's Beckham. Now it's Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Back into the middle. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Messi, he's shifting through the gears here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Threads one in. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And the first half is done. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0.
Di non perdere di vista i propri bambini durante la partita, per la loro sicurezza.
Here we go again then.
Japan are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Ferdinand. Ibrahimovic. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Header! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Japan really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Oh, that's superb. Can he finish? Marvellous goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Yeah, the goal was really well worked. Look, the game is a constant search for space, and he found the pocket.
So we have our breakthrough.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Tries to pass it. It's Ibrahimovic! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Looking to play him in. Goulart could try cutting inside here. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Rijkaard is there, and he can pick it up. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to...
Ibrahimovic! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Rafael Leao. And he's intervened well there.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now it's Messi. No, it's come to nothing. Oh, this looks sharp. Now he's off and running. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Japan clearly didn't help themselves.
It's Ibrahimovic! And he comes up trumps again.
Ibrahimovic really must be thinking what more he could have done there. It's another inspired save.
And this is Luis Suarez. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Messi. And a shot! Oh, another save.
Another cracking save from the keeper, Peter. He's playing a blinder. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 22, numero 24, numero 17. Lasciano il campo per il numero
Expertly
2.
cut out, really nicely done.
Il numero
And that
19,
was very necessary.
il numero 13.
Played back
Attenzione,
in.
un cambio.
Japan really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
He's gone down.
That's
but
just
the
playing
referee
it
just
safe
tells him to
and
get
simple.
back up again. It's a pretty loose pass. Kaká. This is promising. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. And it's Kukçu. Wriggles his way through. Bellingham is onto this. Takes aim and crosses. Not the most accurate pass. And this is Ibrahim. Shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Time is running out here.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
And he plays one through. It's anyone's ball now. Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Now it's Messi. Oh, super find. And he's running through. There's the shot! He's scored! And this is getting better and better. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Milan could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Bellingham. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Now there's a fine ball. Referee has just said play on. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Club America.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon.
And we're underway. What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go, we're talking big.
As close as you get to goalkeeping perfection.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Played back in.
Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. Hazard.
And it's Ibrahimovic. Marquinhos makes the interception. Messi. Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Puyol gets over and intercepts. Cannavaro. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Ibrahimovic takes a shot!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place.
Can he finish? Goal! Japan! And Japan are in front. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So, a breakthrough already.
Ferdinand deals with that comfortably. He won't be happy with that one. Threads one in. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's De Bruyne. Bale, a player who needs no introduction. Tries to pass it through. Japan do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Pirlo is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning. Shoots! And that would have been some goal.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Luis Suarez! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Ibrahimovic. It's a promising position.
Marquinhos.
There's the shot! They want to be quick to recover this. They're back in possession. In he goes again! It's hit the upright. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point.
And the score is 1-0.
Oh, shooting chance! It's a pretty loose pass. And this is Ibrahimovic. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. 15 minutes till half-time. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And reclaimed it in a trice. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the finish!
And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Suarez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Chance for a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
They've played it short. Club America are looking to go forward now. And he's been shifted off it. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. That's been slipped through. Oh, nicely intercepted. Hazard. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Pirlo. Puyol spots it and intercepts. And it's Kukçu.
Japan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Decent chance! Oh, he's been caught napping. And again! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Not the most accurate pass. Azar can see... Azar! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Absolutely. It's Okazaki! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Japan have the chance to go the other way. Pass is coming off in quick succession here.
Has been indicated.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Pirlo. Puyol cuts it out. Now it's Batistuta. Messi. And we hit half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Japan have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. And we are back underway.
Japan definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Passing nice and neat. Kukçu. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And that is a little undercooked. Okazaki is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Baresi. And it's De Bruyne. Azar. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Now, can they get him away? Club America can't breathe again. Just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Judge, surely! Really well taken goal. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Japan are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Now it's Batistuta. He's picked his way through. Batistuta! He scores! Back within one! They have them in their sights again! And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
After 64 minutes is...
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
He has found a way through. Hullet is always scanning the pitch for targets. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, Jim, it is abundantly clear that the tone of this game has changed markedly within the last few moments.
Well, it has, because the deficit has now been halved, Peter, and because of that, it seems to have developed into some sort of shock for them, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they can take it on from here.
Xavi Alonso to Okazaki. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Okazaki. He's got away.
Club America really are going for it.
Oh no, this does not look good.
And he's shapes to shoot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Messi, done delicately. Dink through. Marquinhos kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Japan clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. Japan have themselves a chance from the spot. So this to extend their lead. And that would have been game, set and match.
And that reaction says it.
There could be trouble here. Look at this. And Beckham! And no, he couldn't find the finish. Lam. Hazard. Batistuta couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
The ball has bounced loose now, looking to play him in, and they can counter here. And he's intervened well there. Batistuta. And it's Batistuta. Always onto this. He is through here. Aimed beyond the defence. And he's quick to get it clear again.
Club America really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Okazaki. Club America finding their passes. Now that looks a decent ball. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Looking for options for movement. Now this could be a chance. Suarez unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. And he hits the net. Suarez duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he...
And that will be the final act. Japan are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job done in a highly professional manner. Luis Suarez picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me, and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The action has already started. Well, Jim, there he is, the much-storied Gabriel Batistuta. Fair to say, I think he will be a handful.
Well, talk about an understatement, Peter. He's Argentina's greatest number 9, without doubt. I don't think I've ever seen anyone strike the ball with such violence, if I can put it like that. We might well be seeing his iconic celebration in the next couple of hours.
Beckham. Oh, it's played into the area. And it's kept out by a stubborn defence. And it's Pirlo. He's had a shot! It's fallen loose again! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Beckham certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Bale. That's really well manoeuvred. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him. You have to expect that from everyone now.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
I know it's still early, but they're showing the better signs. No.
And the finish! Pull it. Messi. Luis Suarez. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Has a shot! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part.
And here's Suarez. Bale. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And he's taking no chances there. Onana. Plenty of endeavour from either side, but not much of it in the vicinity of either goal.
Yeah, the tempo is strong and the game has flair and lots of potential for me.
Onana.
Japan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, us, a lot of the forwards this style. Shoots! It's bounced back off the post. Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
We're talking fine margins, very fine margins.
Pullet is the team's great visionary. And here's Bale. And here's Suarez. Luis Suarez! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
It's their second corner of the game. Zanetti getting this one clear. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Yildiz. Oh, that's a key interception. Bale. 30 minutes gone. And it's Messi. Great vision. Koundé. Now it's Beckham. takes a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Japan have their third corner. Pirlo goes short. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And now they can spring out of defence. Zanetti. Aimed beyond the defence. Yildiz. Threads one in. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Bale. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Luis Suarez. Real chance! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
And this is Bale. And now a sudden chance to counter. Zanetti. And that could set him on his way. No, that's been intercepted. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Shimizu Espul's clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And that's gone loose. Nice interception, well timed. Could move up a gear here. Now it's Beckham. The ball has bounced loose now. Tonali.
2 minutes has been indicated.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Messi. And they've got a throw. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. And there is the half-time whistle. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, the goal attempts are coming thick and fast, but so far there's nothing to show for it. I think the manager will be pretty happy with his team's performance. He just needs a little more craft and guile.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Japan have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of...
He rises! He's scored!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So we have the first goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Terrific header! That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Luis Suarez. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And once more he proves rigid and robust. So what can they make of this? Thuram cuts it out. Yildiz tries to pass it through, and it's made its way to him. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
Substitution.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is...
Chance for a shot! Tries to get it clear. And it's Tonali.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Great ball if he can get there. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Cherki. Messi. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And he plays one through. Van der Sar gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Shimizu Espels really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Luis Suarez, very much a man of this moment. Beckham in acres of space out wide. Shot at goal! It's hit the upright. Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Oh, he's usually such a good finisher.
Substitution in progress.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. 1-0 the score. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. He's picked his way through. Has crossed into the... Oh, smashing header! And that was probably asking just too much.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Substitution for Japan.
They're up to 5 corners now.
Bale. Number 10, Gullit. Number 24, Beckham. Coming on the field, number 13,
And that has been cleared.
number 22.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Substitutions taking place.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. Koundé does well to get it back. Now it's Dani Olmo. He's on it, can he get away? And this is Bebeto. That's an imaginative pass. Great ball if he can get there. Abiati gets it clear. Thuram. He won't be happy with that one. Oh, it's Bebeto. Oh, there's a probing ball. And he's found a way past. Great ball and great chance! He's beat. It's there! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Shimizu Espulse really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
Bebeto. That is ended up in no man's land. The final seconds now. Well seen, saw that coming. Onana. Menu.
And the counter is on.
And this is Hazard. Look at the space here. Chance! And it's hit the woodwork and out. And that's caused a worry or two. And that intercept.
And time is up.
A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Luka Modric. He's someone, Peter, who reads the game that little bit quicker than everyone else. He's got fantastic technique too, and that allows him to weigh his through balls to near perfection, as well as keep hold of it when he's under pressure. He's a real leader out there, someone who can take control of the game and maintain it.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Could move up a gear here. Can he get it through? Cantona! Oh, he's been caught, and the keeper couldn't hold it.
It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Chelsea looking to pass their way through. Threads one in. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Passing nice and neat. Oh, it's a decent chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Cannavaro. Shot a goal! They've scored! Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
That's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
So, a breakthrough already.
Good read, needed to be.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Vinicius Junior. Chelsea finding their passes. Now it's Cantona. Tries to pass it through. Now, what about a counter-attack?
Japan really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it.
And he shoots! He's got a goal! And they're at it again in double quick time. That was fabulous. The most adept of touches, the smoothest of finishes.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Chelsea are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Bale. Kaka. Distributed tidily. Cantona. Cannavaro cuts out the pass. De Bruyne. Bellingham. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And it's Ferdinand. And this is Luis Suarez. He's shifting through the gears. He's had a shot! They've done it! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Japan get themselves back into contention.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
It's played through for him. Lovely, now then. Bale. Kaka. Luis Suarez. Well read, nice interception. Driven forward. Ferdinand is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Nicely aimed pass. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Out of play for a goal kick. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Oh, that's a key interception. Kaka. And the counter can be on now for Japan. He's going for goal! He has hit that forcefully.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
Cruyff. De Bruyne can see things others simply cannot. Passes short and sharp. Vinicius Junior.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Pull it. Oh, good-looking ball. And it's Bale. Has a look and plays it forward. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
And a quick announcement today that memorabilia from today's match is now on sale in the stadium hall.
And the second half gets underway.
Japan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step...
Can he finish? That's an... Oh, taken with style! No, that's been intercepted. Cantona. Kaka, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he's picked it up out wide. Kaka. Pull it. That pass has been well intercepted. Vinicius Junior. Japan needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Pullet is there, and he can pick it up. And it's Bale. Bale going full steam ahead down the left flank. Big header! They've scored! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nice sequence of passes this. Picked out, and a shot! It's their second corner of the game, and it's been taken short. Oh, good spread. Now it's De Bruyne. Quick look, then plays it in. Modric. De Bruyne. Cantona powering forward here. Now it's Kaka. Tries to play it through. Played in. It's gone for a throw-in. And that's aimed into the middle. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Shot, surely! Good first touch and almost as good a second.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Suarez looks to get on the end of this. No, he wasn't going to let him past. And here's the chance to counter. And he plays one through. And this is Beckham. Beckham with terrific header. Crossbar comes to the rescue. And he's there to get it away.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Aims beyond the defence. Shot could be on. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards to turn a deficit into a lead.
Substitution for Japan, number 20, Cantona. Number 14, Kaká. Number 18, Bale. Number 24, Beckham. Coming on the field, number 23, Ibrahimovic.
The comeback is complete. Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Japan take the lead.
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up was brilliant.
Suarez receives it in a wide position. Corner then.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it. Japan really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Cruyff. Japan close now to seeing this one through to the end. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Mbappe. Thuram gets over and intercepts. Figo is looking to influence the game from out wide. Great ball, and he's in here.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Short changes him with that pass. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And the number on the board is 3. Messi. Nicely shaped ball. Can he latch on to this? Cruyff. Now it's Mbappe. Thuram spots it and intercepts. And time is up. Japan have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it.
And now, to all members of the crowd...
Well, from behind you. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Japan.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And we're underway. What are you making of this formation, Jim Beglin?
It's a setup that's been enjoying quite a renaissance in recent times, and one that complements the counter-attack very nicely, with two strikers, two wing-backs and potentially two runners from central midfield. You can understand its attraction because it really can get the numbers into the opposition's box, and equally it can get the numbers back into your own.
And this is Roberto Carlos. Great ball, a decent chance! And for a moment, time stood still.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Distributed tidily. Cross flood, he gets big!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that is out of play. Ball's out, it'll be a throw-in again. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. This their second corner of the game. Pirlo with the short one. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. And now they can spring out of defence. Out towards the flank. Bigo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nice looking ball.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And it's Arda Güler. He's on it, can he get away? Mbappe! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Mbappe really showed what he brings to this side there. A fantastic effort, even if the defence seemed half asleep.
Japan are looking to go forward now. That's a throw. Pull it. So it is still 0-0. Oh, nice touch. And here's Bellingham. Oh, important interception. Pull it. So what can they make of this? Tries to play it through. That has been cut short. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Luis Suarez. A hefty challenge, but fair enough. Koulibaly defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Messi gets a foot in here, knocks it into space.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Bale unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Roberto Carlos is herring after that one. Now it's Mbappe. Now, can they get him away? Bigo receives it in a wide position. He's got away. Defending of the desperate variety. Hakimi. And this is Luis Suarez. And here's Bale.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Nicely weighted ball. And he welcomes it in. Real chance! Gullit gets it clear. And that's a good ball. Shot at goal! Goal! Bayer Leverkusen! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Out of play for a throw. And it's Bale. It's Bale! That is special! Gareth Bale! He's got himself an absolute peach. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing. And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Bigo providing an outlet on that flank. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Not the most accurate pass. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Looking for the run. And he's worked it through. Plenty to aim at here. Oh, shooting chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Spirited, to say the least. Certainly gave this crowd something to really cheer about.
Ekitike. Hakimi. And he's managed to get free. Oh, he's bustling. Ekitike! A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, for us neutrals, this is fantastic. If you're a fan from either side, it's unpleasant. And as for the managers, check your heart rate.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time.
Substitutions taking place.
So once again, we're underway. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Showing good feet. Knocks it out wide.
Ekitike really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives.
Chance, surely! And it's a goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
That was easy, almost too easy.
Ibrahimovic really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Japan take the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Figo. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Aims beyond the defence. Pedro Neto. Cross goes in there. Terrific header. Off the post.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Now then, what's happening here? He is already on a yellow. No hesitation, he's straight into his pocket. It's a second yellow card and he walks. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. Bayer Leverkusen are down to 10 men. And that is as far as they're going to go. Tries a shot! Goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Japan go two up and into a position of real strength.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Nicely spread. Figo chasing after it. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Ferdinand wins the duel this time. Couldn't squeeze it through. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. And that's a dangerous ball. Big chance! So, third corner of the game. And that has been knocked clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's picked his way through. Roberto Carlos does well to get it back. Hakimi showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Bale. Great vision. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, they are now a 9-man team. He won't be happy with that one. Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Goulet engages and forces him off the ball. He's through and all alone! Takes a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And the finish! And he hits the net. 3! He is flying! A vast presence, and there is no stopping him. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Chance! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him! A finish right from the top draw! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
I can see some...
It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, he really got hold of that. Challenge just a bit on the firm side.
There they go, hunting again.
Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
And it's Pirlo. Oh, some tackle that.
Has been indicated.
It's a searching pass. That is good alertness. Luis Suarez! Keeper always had the measure of that.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
And this is Figo. And he shoots! Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
To further improve their position of comfort.
Substitution in progress.
It's hit the upright. Hakimi getting this one clear. Ball's gone out of play. Pirlo. Tar promptly onto that, and that is that. Tar goes sliding in. Can he get on the end of this? And that's a simple one for the keeper. And that is that. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Ibrahimovic, very much the man of the moment. His boots at their... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The game yet to
everybody,
kick
and
off.
welcome to
The
today's
excitement
match.
already palpable.
Japan against Arsenal.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's down to business here.
We've seen many free role players that have graced the game, but Ruud Gullit is amongst the elite.
Well, no one would argue with that, Jim, but what do you identify as special in him?
Well, so physically powerful and intimidating, and I think his athleticism...
He gets big! Nice looking ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And here's Suarez. Tries to pass it through. Bale puts them all in. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Rijkaard. Japan looking to pass their way through. Shifted it to the flank.
This is the time you need that pace.
Nicely weighted ball. Luis Suarez goes for a shot! Superb goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish.
It's Ibrahimovic! And that wasn't far away.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
That pass isn't the best. He's a sharp little ball here. He has found the way through. Saka. And he's played it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Spread it left. Baresi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Nicked it back promptly. Goes for goal! Saka! Amazing! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And they're at it again in double quick time. Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
Arsenal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Great chance! Oh, how good is he? A finish of true class. Just one goal in it now. Game on.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Messi is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. That's good vision. Ibrahimovic showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Ronaldinho gets into a good position.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Messi, very much a man of this moment. That's the keeper's ball. Roberto Carlos cuts it out. Now it's Ronaldinho. Now it's Messi. Looking for options for movement. Ibrahimovic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Tries to play it, shapes to shoot! Japan are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Pull it. Japan have it back and can go again. Looking for the run.
That's positional gold. He utilised it.
He rises! You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Japan do have a chance to counter here. Roberto Carlos. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Right card deals with that comfortably. That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now that's well seen too. And we've reached half-time. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving...
Chance! Really well taken goal. A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And now he has two. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Pirlo is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Bale. Pass is just off target. He might be in here! Takes a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Cruyff wins the duel this time. Now it's Saka. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Chance for a shot! Oh, taken with style! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
We have got ourselves a game here.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
Back into the middle. Now, can they get him away? So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
He's gone for goal! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Can he get it through? Oh, that's clever. And it's hoisted clear. Good effort from distance. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Baresi calmly anticipates. Bale, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Looking to play him in. He can run onto that. Luis Suarez. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Bale.
Japan really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Stood up well to him there. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Oh, he's been caught napping! Now it's Ibrahimovic. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know.
Arsenal surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And he's heaved it away. Knocks it into... Tries a shot!
No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Substitution for Japan, number 18, Bale. Number 23,
Messi.
Ibrahimovic. Number 3,
And the shot! He scored! Japan are level! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
This has become one superb game of football.
Japan really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
That's been slipped through.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
But he's cut it out. Baresi goes sliding in.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Luis Suarez. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Maldini.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
He's got away. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
And he's surging through.
Oh, what a ball!
Cruyff!
It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Beckham.
Deep cross.
Cannavaro getting this one clear. And that is as far as it goes. What a game. A contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Arsenal.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
So it's down to business here.
We've seen many free role players that have graced the game, but Ruud Gullit is amongst the elite.
Well, no one would argue with that, Jim, but what do you identify as special in him?
Well, so physically powerful and intimidating, and I think his athleticism helps him get through a fierce amount of work.
Well, nothing quite like him in the modern era.
Agreed.
He's had a shot! Cleared without complication. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that is a little undercooked. He's in a great position here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Out towards the flank.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Lobbed in behind. Messi in acres of space out wide. Messi! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Neither of these two want to come off second best.
He's having a go! Oh, what a save from Van der Sar!
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
He's got tall! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Vieira is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Roberto Carlos.
And he's managed to get free. He won't be happy with that one.
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Bigo going face-to-face with his great rival. And this is Ibrahimovic. And Gullit! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Gullit really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Pass somewhat off target. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Mbappe. Plenty of endeavour from either side, but not much of it in the vicinity of either goal.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Now a header! Goal! Japan! And Japan are in front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Japan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Gullit can be a real threat inside the box. Arsenal trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just Ibrahimovic! And yes, it's there! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So that's two now without reply.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Messi tries to pass it through. He's in plenty of space here. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, no joy this time. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Knocks it out wide. Terrific header! He's done very well to get to that.
Suarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And here's Ibrahimovic. And they win it back again. Bullet is always scanning the pitch for targets. Bullet. That's Vieira. Oh, he's found support out wide. Good take. And a chance! They've scored! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Searching pass he's played there. Oh, that's a key interception. Pirlo. And there is the half-time whistle. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Japan are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Japan needed that, they really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
And he was quick to react. Now that's well seen too. Vieira kept his eye on it, and he's there. And there's green grass ahead of him. And that's put paid to a promising move. And it's Luis Suarez. Saliba cuts out the pass. He's shifting through the gears here. And he's there. It's Ibrahimovic! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Irrepressible, imperious, that's what makes him what he is. Sharp, simple, satisfying, he just knew what was on.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
Japan take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Beckham. That's a cute ball. Thuram makes the interception. Beckham kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Passes short and sharp. Bullet! Beckham standing over it. Mbappe! No, poor contact, nothing on the shot.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Great vision. Messi couldn't squeeze it through. Can he get it through? Taken back almost at once. Ibrahimovic. Czech gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Now it's Mbappe. That's beautifully weighted. And the shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Arsenal have their third corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Thuram calmly anticipates. Oh, they can break here. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Arsenal finding their passes. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Now it's Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez. Ibrahimovic. That's a good... Tries a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Japan grab a... Takes a shot! Oh, taken with style! They're back within reach! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Yeah, I'd rather praise the scorer than criticise the defence here. He stepped forth and conquered.
Substitution for Japan, number 23.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Cantona coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, he's...
And Messi! He should have put that one away.
Well, he's looked very lively. He really wants to put this game to bed.
He's on it. Can he get away? Pullet wins the duel this time. He can get that clear. Mbappe. Rijkaard cuts it out. Now it's Cantona. He is through here. Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this?
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Cantona. The ball has bounced loose now. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, that's well spotted. Pirlo. Now it's Roberto Carlos. He's found a way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That is ended up in no man's land.
There will be
Beckham.
3 minutes added time.
Nice looking ball. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, there's a probing ball. That has not gone well. Saliba. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the...